I'm Jill Sluss, Chief Development Officer of Family Service of Roanoke Valley, and today I'm speaking with Amanda Whalen. She is one of our guardianship case managers. Amanda, tell us about the importance of the guardianship program of Family Service of Roanoke Valley.
Within our community, we have individuals who have been declared by the court to lack capacity, which means they can't legally make decisions for themselves. They can't enter into agreements such as marriages or licenses or things like that. And so the importance of the guardianship program is to kind of service those individuals in a way that we foster them and help them with making those decisions in kind of a guided direction. Sometimes that means actually making the clear decision for them, whether it be a medical decision or a residential decision. Sometimes when faced with a large decision, if they lack capacity, they might not understand the consequences to the choice or even what their options are. So we're kind of there to be the final backbone of a decision-making process for them.
Amanda, how has Mr. McKee's life changed since he became his guardianship case manager?
But Mr. McKee specifically, when we got his case, was in the hospital. He had received a procedure, and in the beginning he had enough capacity to agree to the procedure. However, after the procedure there were complications and he needed a second procedure to address that. But during that time he was declared incapacitated and lost his rights to make those decisions. So unfortunately for him, he had to wait in the hospital until he obtained a guardian so that way he could have that second procedure completed and be able to go home. Mr. McKee, he struggled with dietary things. Well, is he not eating because he's not well enough to eat? We put him on a regular diet and he gained weight very quickly, and so it wasn't actually a medical concern. It was more of he wasn't eating because he didn't like the texture of his food. So we were able to get him some food. So that's another way that we kind of adjusted that. He wouldn't have had the capacity on his own to say, hey, I don't like this, I want something different.
Amanda, his face is vastly different now. Can you tell us about that?
When we got Mr. McKee, unfortunately, which is common for a lot of our individuals, he doesn't have any family, he doesn't have anyone to support him, and so it's just the staff that's here. And because of that, he didn't have a lot. He didn't have many clothes or anything in his room. His room was described to us as sterile. The bed was white, the walls were white and plain. And the only clothes that he had were clothes from individuals who lived here prior that had passed away. So he didn't have anything that was his. Through talking to him and different things that he likes, we were able to get some stuff for his room, and a lot of the individuals here at the Veterans Care Center have a blanket on their bed which identifies which branch they served in. Mr. McKee didn't have that, and that was really important to him. So we were able to get him this navy blanket, which is really important to him. And we also were able to get him some wall things. We were able to get some images for his room. So we were able to get him some clothes that he wanted, some sweaters and things like that. And so it's really changed it around for him. The staff have said, from when we first got him to now, that he has a whole different attitude. He's a lot more positive, where before he could kind of be stuck in the sadness of his situation. And he's also shifted a little bit now. He knows that someone at least once a month is coming to visit him, and that seems to be important to him, where before he didn't have anyone.